Right now, an entire generation of men is being told that they are fundamentally broken. We're being conditioned to believe that if you aren't 6 feet tall, have a 6-figure salary and 6-pack abs, you will always lose. Everything you've been told about why you're single, why women don't like you, and why you need to be a looks-maxing Chad in order to get a date is a lie. It's a cruel, calculated lie that's actively destroying your dating life. If you feel like dating is harder than it's ever been, you aren't wrong. If you feel invisible, like you're just one more face caught in this new global loneliness epidemic, I know exactly how you feel. For years, the internet has fed you one simple message: you're not enough. Because of how you look, how much money you earn, or even something as stupid as you're not alpha enough. Take this clip. It's been viewed millions of times.
5'10" and above, you could stay. If you're 5'9" and below, see yourself off stage.
When the girl says all guys under 5'10" can leave, a massive percentage of men watch that and think, that's it. Standards these days are too high, I'm doomed. But here's the truth. Clips like this are the reason so many men are single right now, and it's not because of their height. It's because of something called the attention economy. In this video, I'm going to expose the lie destroying your dating life and show you why the average guy actually has a secret advantage in the modern dating world. We have to start with social media. I know, another video bashing social media, but it is really important, so please just bear with me. See, platforms like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, they don't show you what's true, they show you what's engaging. And do you know what's engaging? Conflict, outrage, insecurity. When a creator posts a video of a girl saying if he's not 6'2", he's a 0, that video doesn't go viral because all women agree with it. It goes viral because it makes men angry. It's rage bait. You watch those clips and your brain does something called social proofing. You start to believe that the girl on the screen speaks for the entire female population. But let's look at the actual data for a second. According to a massive study by the National Center for, what the fuck is that name? National Center for Biotechnology Information? That's a tough name. That's a tough name. According to a massive study by the National Center for Biotechnology Information, when women were asked about the importance of a partner's height, only 43% actually said it was important to them. Think about that for a second. That means that 57% of women, the majority, don't think of height as an important factor when dating. Yet, if you spend any time on dating apps or social media, you'll be convinced that 100% of women have a height requirement. You're just being fed a distorted version of reality that keeps you scrolling, keeps you insecure, and keeps you buying fixes to a problem that doesn't even exist. I want you to do something for me next time you're out of the house, at the grocery store, or at a park. Look at the couples. Actually look at them. Are they all models? Are all the guys 6'4" with chiseled jawlines? Are all the families driving around in Bentleys? No, you'll see guys of all heights, all builds, all income levels, with women that clearly adore them. The real world is full of average men winning every single day. But your phone is a filter that removes the average, and it only shows you the extremes. It shows you the top 1% of looks and the bottom 1% of toxic opinions, and tells you that that is the real world. And here is the most uncomfortable part. Men care more about looks than women do. As men, we've been raised to be hyper-competitive. We see a guy driving around in a Ferrari with a perfect physique and we think, he's a winner, he must get all the girls. We project our own visual, status-obsessed hierarchy onto women and assume that they must see the world the same way that we do. But they don't. While we're busy obsessing over jawlines, angles, and looks maxing, women are looking for something entirely different. To understand why dating feels like an impossible puzzle, we have to go back in time. Because the second part to this lie you're being told is the belief that the rules of attraction are the same now as they were for your father and grandfather. They aren't. In fact, we're living through the most significant shift in human mating dynamics in thousands of years, if not ever. For centuries, literally since the dawn of the agricultural age, dating wasn't about chemistry or vibes. It was actually more of a business transaction. If you were a man who owned a farm and a few cows, you were attractive. Not because of who you are, but because you represented survival. You were a provider. Back then, women didn't have the luxury of being able to choose a partner based on emotional intelligence or kindness. They were socioeconomically tied to their husbands. If a woman wanted a bank account, a home, or a place in society, she had to marry into it. Love was just sort of a bonus. But then came the 1980s. This was the decade when women started to enter the workforce in record numbers and outpace men in higher education. For the first time in history, women got the opportunity to buy property and build wealth entirely independently from a man. And in that moment, the need for a man died. The economic contract that persisted before was torn up. Now you might think that now women have their own money, they've become more shallow and only want the top 1% of earners, but the data tells a completely different story. Research from Ipsos in the UK surveyed women about what they actually want in a long-term partner, and the results exposed the lie perfectly. Men believe the most important characteristic for women would be attractiveness and financial status. But look at what women said. Women rated a sense of humor, kindness, communication, and honesty as the most important things they look for when dating. Financial standing? Nowhere to be seen. The data shows a massive perception gap. Men are still training for a world that died 40 years ago. Think about what that means for you for a second. If a woman can provide for herself, she isn't looking for a master of the house, she's looking for a partner. The lie is told by influencers that want to keep you in the 1950s. They tell you you need a bigger car, a fatter wallet, and a high status signal for women to pay attention to you. But that is a provider mindset in a partner world. While you're out here grinding 80 hours a week to buy a car that you think will get girls, the women you actually want are looking for something money can't buy. Character. They want a man that can regulate his emotions, communicate without getting defensive. They want someone that's actually kind and fun to be around. This is the root of the male loneliness epidemic. So many men are sitting in their rooms feeling like losers because they don't have the status they were told they needed. But they're missing the fact that the bar hasn't been raised, it's just been moved. It's been moved from external resources to internal character. In the old world, you could be a jerk as long as you were rich. In the modern world, being a jerk, even a rich one, is a fast track to being single. It's time you stopped selling a version of masculinity that no one wants to buy anymore. And you jerk it out. Now that we've killed the ghost of the 1950s provider, we need to look at what women actually think about when they meet a man. Because Red Pill Media has convinced you that women are visual calculators, that they're scanning you for your height, your hairline, and the brand of your watch. But if we look at the largest study ever conducted on human attraction, the results don't just contradict the manosphere, they blow it out of the fucking water. Let's look at the Hello Q study. So this was a survey of 64,000 women that took place over 180 countries. It is the gold standard of attraction data. When these women were asked what they prioritize in a partner, the results were almost unanimous. At the very top, kindness. Over 90% of women rate kindness as very important. Second, supportiveness at 86%. Then comes intelligence, education, and confidence. Note what isn't there: six-pack abs, 6 foot tall, or CEO status. Science tells us that women are looking for a partner, capital P partner, someone that is empathetic, grounded, and stable. They are looking for someone that makes them feel safe and seen. Social media tells us that women want a rich guy or an alpha, but the data tells us they want someone they can trust and rely on. If this is all true, then why does it feel like it's your looks or your height that are the reason that you're struggling? This is the most important part of the video, and it's called the false cause fallacy. If you believe the lie, if you believe that you're too short or too broke, you walk into every social interaction with a shield up. You aren't being kind, you aren't being fun, you aren't being present because you're just waiting for her to reject you. When you act from a place of insecurity, you become defensive, you become unlikable, you become someone people want to escape from. And when she doesn't call you back, you say, "See, it's because I'm 5'7". No, it's because you were so obsessed with your own flaws that you forgot to be a human. You're using your looks as a shield to not have to take responsibility for your own character. You blame the fact you don't drive a Ferrari because it's easier than admitting she just finds you unpleasant to be around. Now, I want to ask you a question that might sting, but it is the most important question in this entire video. I want you to think about the women you have in your life right now. Coworkers, friends, people you know through hobbies. Do any of them actually want to spend time with you? Honestly, do any of them message you first to just see what you're doing or ask you to hang out? I'm talking purely platonically. No sex, no dating, just your company. If you were a girl, would you want to spend time with you? Because look, if you have women blowing up your phone because they haven't seen you in a day or two, then maybe, just maybe, the reason you aren't getting dates is because of your looks or how much money you earn. But if you don't have that, if your phone is silent and no one's reaching out, then the truth is women just don't enjoy your company. And if that's the case, going to the gym, looks maxing, or trying to be rich isn't going to help you. You need to become someone women actually want to spend time with. I mean, think about it. If women don't even want to spend time with you platonically, why the fuck do you think they'd want to date you? Remember our HelloQ study? They asked 64,000 women what they wanted, and kindness and supportiveness were right at the top. They're looking for a man that's a partner, a man that's stable, empathetic, and grounded. The lie you've been told is that you're failing because of your height or your bank account. But the reality is that you're failing because you haven't built the character or personality that people actually want to be around. You're using your looks as a shield to not have to take responsibility for who you actually are. You don't need a better jawline to lose weight or get taller. You need to become a man that is present, fun, and easy to get along with. Look, it's incredibly easy these days to find a study that supports just about any take or view that you have. I've put all my sources down in the description because I believe in being as transparent as possible. But I'm sure you can go out right now and find some cherry-picked study from your favorite manosphere influencer or red pill guru telling you the exact opposite of what I've just said. They'll tell you you're doomed without a jawline or a Lamborghini. But I want to tell you something. Discovering the truth isn't about what this study says or that study says. It's about what works in the real world. And if you look at the men that follow these alpha influencers, what do you see? You see a massive community of lonely, angry men. If what they were teaching actually worked, we wouldn't have a male loneliness epidemic. We'd have a guys having way too much sex epidemic. We'd have a chlamydia epidemic. Their hacks and tactics obviously don't work. The reason their advice fails is because it's built on a lie. It's built on this idea that you have to trick women into liking you and pretend to be someone you're not in order to get a date. Because, quite frankly, they do have to trick women into liking them in order to get a date. But if you're ready to genuinely become someone that women want to date, and not because of a persona, but because of who you actually are, then I want you to watch the video on screen right now. I've put over 300 hours into making a masterclass that's free for you to watch right here on YouTube. It's everything you need to know from sitting alone at your desk right now to going on a phenomenal date with the woman of your dreams. No gimmicks, no tricks, just the foundation of what you need to have women fighting each other to date you. I'll see you in the next video. Good luck.